Hello, Internet Magic Man here from MMOBomb.com, bringing you another first look video. This time it's for Destiny 2, the newly free-to-play game from Bungie. Now, they just had their Shadowkeep expansion launched today, October 1st. That's the day we're recording this. And for those of you that are Destiny experts, longtime players, this video is not going to serve as a guide or anything like that. This is a first look video, and we're specifically going to be looking at the new light aspect of the game. Now, that's the free-to-play version of the game. So we're going to create a new Guardian here. Now, when you do this, if you download the game on Steam or on consoles and go ahead and play it, you will automatically start off with a character of power level 750. And that is the power level of the gear that you'll be wearing. So getting better gear ups your power level. You'll also be gaining levels through experience, too. So you've got kind of two different systems going. Experience gains unlock certain places on the planet for New Light version players on planets, and you're upping your power so that you could take on more and more difficult content. On that front, this first look is being done via Steam. You can play with keyboard mouse, you can play with controller, either or feels just great. As far as controllability, obviously you probably have the finer precision if you're using a keyboard and mouse. The game does come on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 as well. Let's go ahead and I'm going to create a hunter for purposes of our little first look here. So you can play it on consoles as well, and while it is not cross-platform, it can be, if you link accounts, cross-save. So you can play your PlayStation character, log out, go play that on your PC, log out, go play it on your Xbox One. The small caveat there is, while that's fine for New Light players, if you are going to be playing expansion content, whether that be the Forsaken expansion or the Shadowkeep expansion that just came out today, you will need to purchase said expansions for multiple systems. Buying it for Steam, Shadowkeep for Steam, does not unlock it on your account for the other platforms. You do have to go buy the PlayStation version of that expansion as well if you want to bounce between the two. When you're initially a New Light player, that's not going to matter. This is only when you get into the expansion content. Now, as far as customizing your character, you've got three different races to choose from: the human, the awoken, and the exo. Right now it is showing me the male exo. Taking a look at the female. We'll go to the awoken. And the human. Pretty basic. So everything's humanoid looking, your Guardian. You can change its face from a number of different presets, but that's it. There are some presets. You go ahead and pick skin color, lip color, and eye color, but you're not going to be changing like you would in some other MMORPGs. It's pretty basic. Hair's the same way. You've got 15 different hairstyles to choose from and hair colors, and then some markings that you can put on your character and change the colors as well. We're going to go back, and I'm just going to kind of random this. Oh, sure, fine. We'll just do this. It's fine. And we're going to jump into the New Light now, the New Light version of the game. A few notes about this. While you can play New Light for free, you can access a lot of the game already. Basically, most of the things that are considered classic, and that means in the Destiny 2 launch and its subsequent DLCs, up to the Forsaken expansion, which was the previous expansion. You'll have access to that stuff, but you don't have to do it, and you're going to see that in a moment here. For those of you that have played Destiny 2 previous to the free-to-play version, if you roll a new character like I just did, you're going to notice that the beginning of the game quite a bit different from what you started out with. Yes, we're going to go to the Cosmodrome, and we're going to start there, and I think I should be able to skip this. So, yeah. Whoop. We'll go ahead and skip all the cutscenes here. Yes, you do start out at the Cosmodrome, but then you immediately go to the tower. And you don't start that whole campaign, the Red War campaign that came with the base game. And I'm going to turn down my mouse sensitivity just a little bit. And quite dangerous. Because that seems a bit too sensitive for me. I'm not as twitchy, so That seems to work a little bit better. Okay, so you won't have to do any of those. You can, if you want to. Once we get to the tower, we're going to be following the New Light quest line, which kind of gives you a brief introduction to all the key characters on the tower and what versions of content they kind of support. You have one in charge of PvP, one in charge of PvE, one in charge of weapons, and so it does serve as a nice little tutorial to get you around, and that's the path we're going to follow here in this first look, as if we were truly free to play, just playing New Light. Once you've started, though, if you do want to go back and do content like the Red War, Curse of Osiris, Warmind, any of those campaigns, you can do that. You just talk to somebody in the tower, you can unlock those and work your way through the story. And you may want to do that to catch up on lore and unlock certain other things or get certain weapons as well. Yeah, you just go talk to Amanda Holiday in the tower and you're all set. Now, when you're playing the game, since it is open, you can pretty much go do whatever you want. For new players, planets are locked based on experience gained. So you'll have to gain certain levels of experience to move to the next planet. The qualifier there, though, is if you've played through story content that has led you to those planets, it will become unlocked without the experience gain. But if you decide to just boot up the game and head to the Crucible for some PvP, and you level up that way, and you never come back to do the story content until later, you can unlock the planets just through experience. You don't have to do the individual stories. I think it was really intelligently designed the way Bungie decided to go about free-to-play. Instead of, I'm a huge Final Fantasy 14 player, and arguably, I don't like what they do for expansions because you have to play through previous content and catch up to your friends unless you want to buy a skip that does certain things for you. I really like the way Bungie has done this. They said, you want to go do PvP and just do PvP? Fine, go do PvP, and gaining that experience, we will unlock planets along the way. You can also unlock planets that are in expansions you did not buy yet. The only difference will be that the story content in those planets would not be available, but you can certainly go and run around and do certain other things on there as you level up. Now, I haven't talked a lot about controls because, as I'm sure you've guessed, it is very, very typically first-person shooter. WASD movement, right mouse button to fire, left mouse button to look down your scope or iron sights, depending on what type of weapon you've got equipped. Now, I use a Naga mouse, so I keep things kind of easy. I've got grenade mapped to 4 and melee mapped to 5. That was by default. It just happened to work out, so I can... grenade 4, melee 5. And you can see those cooldowns in the lower left-hand corner as I use them. My grenade just came off of cooldown, so I could press 4 and throw my grenade. 1, 2, and 3 cycle through weapons. I'll show you briefly. We've got kinetic weapons, energy weapons, and then power weapons, which I have not found one yet, so we'll just hang tight until we find one of those. The ammo is what separates this, and this is very different from when Destiny 2 first launched, so I'm going to stay away from saying, hey, this changed, this changed, this changed, and just give you what's here now. Your kinetic weapons, those all share white ammo, your energy weapons share green ammo, and your power weapons share purple ammo. So when you pick up those corresponding ammo colors on the ground, that is what weapon slot they're going to. Upgrading weapons through a number of different methods, but we'll have to cover that a little later, is now done by slot rather than type. It used to be so... I just said I wasn't going to do this, but it used to be that you could only disassemble an auto rifle to push it into another auto rifle and up its stats. Now, as long as it's a kinetic weapon to a kinetic weapon, you can go ahead and make that type of upgrade. WASD movement, left mouse button to fire, right mouse button for iron sights, 4 for grenade, 5 for melee. Shift is my sprint. Control is my crouch or my slide if I was sprinting. And I'm getting shelled over there, so let's go ahead and run over here and do a little stabby. Now, being a Guardian, I do have my ultimate move as well. And I'm losing connection with the Destiny servers. It is launch day. Haven't had too many performance issues, though. Now, being a hunter, I have a kind of a double jump / triple jump ability, so I can press spacebar once to jump, press it again to jump. Later, that'll be increased, or maybe not. I don't remember. It's been a little while. Forgive me. Maybe that's been a change since then. Warlocks and Titans have other capabilities specific to their classes. And right now, I believe it has me in Solar, but each class has 3 different kind of paths you can take, giving you a different ultimate and different abilities on your grenades and things like that. So there is a bit of flexibility in how you want to play, which ultimate moves you like. There's now finishing moves in the game, which I doubt we'll see here, but since we're going through the new light tutorial. But you have an opportunity to kind of alter the way you play a little bit. There, see, I've just used my ultimate. Yeah, I'm in Solar because it's Golden Gun. Your ultimates, when that meter, yellow meter in the lower left-hand corner is charged, it is ready to go. You pop it, and then you go ahead and burn it until the meter is gone. That meter generates over time, over kills, over completions. Just generally doing things is going to increase that meter. And R, of course, is your reload weapon. You can use the scroll wheel to cycle through your weapons, or you could press slots numbers 1, 2, or 3 to go ahead and do that. We've kind of joined a little bit of a public area here at the tail end of this quest. Not a full public area, but there are other people here working their way through New Light, so it's kind of just grouped us all together. You see the quest objective popped up in the left there that we've got to push back the assault. Duskwalkers, pretty easy to take out. You go ahead and blow up one of their legs until they fall down. Still losing contact with the servers. I hope that doesn't... wow, I missed everything there. I hope that doesn't hold there. We're definitely going to need contact with the servers as we head to the tower. Right now, we're a Guardian that has been awoken by our ghost, and we've been dead quite some time, and we're just trying to find a way off of the planet here to get to the tower. Our ghost, that little robot cubey thing, is trying to lead us to the tower, and right now we need a ship to get the hell off of this planet, or off of this area. The tower is on this planet, but we've got to get there. As far as content in the game, I'll jump ahead a little bit and tell you that, yes, there are multiple PvP modes. Yes, there are multiple things you could do in the PvE realm as far as, for speaking in MMORPG terms, we've got things like dungeons, we've got raids, we've got all that type of content. And all of that, we've even got gambits, which are fun crosses between PvP and PvE. So there's a ton of things to do, and as a free player, you do have access to that stuff. So no hiding that stuff behind the expansions. Again, some instances and raids may not be available to you, but you aren't totally asked out. You do have some available to you without purchasing the expansions. Pushing back the assault. Found the ship. We got a captain that's got a shield. Some of those shields, not this one, but some of those shields will be element specific. So if it's void or solar or whatever, if you're using a weapon that is in that same element, you can rip a shield apart and do more damage rather than trying to take the entire shield down with, say, a kinetic weapon. Notice that if you look at my weapons in the lower left, you can see my rifle that I have equipped as my kinetic weapon right now has no element icon. But if you look next to weapons 2 or 3, you see solar there. And what is that? Is that void? I can't remember the damn colors off the top of my head here. It doesn't say. But each of those, if I was fighting somebody that had a solar shield, it would benefit me to go ahead and hit them with this shotgun. It would rip their shield apart a little faster. Apparently, I went way too far ahead, and there are still some enemies to take out, so now I've got to run back. Yay us. Slide under that. I do like it's one of those games where you don't have to hold down shift. Once you press shift, you are in run until you do something that takes you out of run. So you do have the ability to kind of move your fingers nicely to get to from shift to control for your slide. All right, I shouldn't have to take out too many more of these guys. These are the Fallen. There's a number of different races that you will come across in Destiny 2. Alright, I do not want to get shelled by that walker. I just need to take out, like, one more. Alright, there we go. Now we get to go to the jump ship and get the hell out of here. Now, again, since you'll be a new light player, free-to-play player, brand new player, you will have access to all playlist activities, like PvE and such. But again, some of that might be locked behind power requirements. For instance, you know, Nightfalls are a more difficult version of other content, of strikes. So you may have to wait until you meet the power requirement to do that more difficult version of a strike you already have access to. This quest here will get us the hell out of here. We'll head to the tower, which is the main social hub of the game. Wow, that captain, like, totally got his damn shield back. I thought he was dead. We're about to pop our super, though, so let's just go ahead and do that. Where are you? There we go. Super kind of did its job there. Let's take a look at our new ship. Again, I'm going to skip cutscenes as we go. Just in the interest of saving time. And not to spoil things. I mean, there's not too much I'm going to spoil in a new light demo, but just in case. Now, as far as monetization, in addition to buying the DLCs or the expansions, which you certainly can if you'd like to, there is in-game monetization in the way of cosmetics, things like weapon skins, alternate skins for exotic weapons, skins for armor, your ship, which we're flying into the tower now on. There are different versions of ships, different versions of your speeders that you're used for movement on the planets. So you have a land-based, like a mount as well. Now, while those things are generally cosmetic in nature, they do cost real-world money. They can be awarded via quests or via bounties or via farming. So you can get some of those cosmetics just from saving up bright dust and things like that in-game, which are awarded for a number of things. But you can also purchase silver, which is the cash shop currency, to go and buy those things in the Eververse. That's the in-game store, which used to only be available via actually coming to the tower and talking to Tess over here at the Eververse. But it is now... Whoops. It is now also available via your main menu. So you can come to the store and take a look at all the different items. Notice that these icons here are for silver. That is the cash shop currency. Bright dust used to be obtained by things in the Eververse, dismantling cosmetic things you bought. It's not obtained that way anymore. It's obtained through bounties and everything else. Dismantling things from the Eververse now gives you things like legendary shards that you will use for upgrading gear and for a number of other things throughout the game. There is a specific bright dust section so that you can see, hey, I could buy the Woomera B5 for 2,000 bright dust, and bright dust is acquired in-game, and that would give you your first exotic ship. You know, so that is, oh, that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Let's preview that. So this is a land-based mount. You could use that while you're zipping around on the planet, going from quest to quest. That's kind of cool. Ugh, I hate how cool that is. Rarity, you've got green as your common, blue is your rare, purple is your legendary, and your exotic is, of course, yellow. A number of different consumables. Normally, these are things for used for gaining experience, extra experience in certain activities, giving your entire party different experience gains, maybe, say, to go do strikes and things like that. Now, in the game here, I can run and, talk to Amanda Holiday, who I totally screwed up getting to. And I think I have my chat on, so now that we're open, or we're in a in an area here, let's just go ahead and turn my voice chat off. Wasn't such a big deal when we were doing the opening mission, but kind of would probably piss people off at this point if I was running around the tower like this. I don't even know how the hell I fell down here, or how the hell I get out of here. I know how I get out of here. Here, we'll do it the quick way. Yep. Go ahead and respawn. Depending on what content you're doing, you can respawn yourself, just like you saw me do there. In certain content, you may need a teammate to respawn you or revive you on the spot. Now, the New Light series of quests kind of takes us around the tower to meet everybody. We get to see Banshee 44, who's our weaponsmith. We're going to take that weapon. What is available to purchase may be limited until you've gained some experience and moved further along in the New Light quest line. So don't think that what you see at all of these vendors that we're going to be going to and all of these characters is the only things available to them. We're seeing limited lists right now. Now we go talk to Zavala, and you'll have to excuse me for moving a little quickly here, but I kind of know my way around the tower at this point. Hey, thanks. Now we got a crest. So that's cool. Now he wants us to go do a strike, and the New Light quest line also wants us to meet Ikora Ray. Well, first, we got an upgrade in a weapon from Banshee, so we're going to take that. It's going to up our level a little bit, and that's a wash. Do I want to... They're both rocket launchers, so it really doesn't matter. And that is a bit of an upgrade, so we'll go ahead and take that. Cool. And I also have there's my ship, both my land one, and all right, let's head over to Ikora Ray. We'll go do a strike as part of the first look too, but while we're here, we'll just knock out Ikora Ray. Notice that it's kind of giving me a little dot on which path to take to get to things. You can change that by going to your director, which I think you can actually just do by holding tab, right? Yeah, so you don't have to hit escape. Sorry, I'm used to the controller. You can pick your quest tab here and actually click on one and track it. So now that path will be leading me towards where I need to go for a strike. But I'm going to still run over here and talk to Ikora Ray, our warlock friend in the tower. There she be. So we'll go talk to her. What's she gonna give us? She's gonna give us another quest. Yay! She wants us to visit the EDZ, which is kind of our first big planet, and become a legend 770. So now we've got quite a few quests to do. So if we take a look at our quest log, now we've got the New Light, which is the one we're doing. To move that main quest forward, we're going to have to hit power level 770. We can go do a strike, a Vanguard strike, or we can go ahead and just land on the EDZ, the European Dead Zone on Earth, and talk to Devram K. We're going to go ahead and do a strike. And we can do that simply by headed to our director. And we're going to click on Destinations. And this kind of gives us our world view. Now notice I don't have much open right now on the New Light version. I've got the tower. I've got the European Dead Zone on Earth, which is where Ikora wants us to go. The moon, forgive that for being lit up on mine. I do own Shadowkeep, so that may not be lit up on your screen. Now notice all these other planets, however, there's an experience requirement to unlock. So I can just gain 450,000 experience, and that will open up Mars for me to go do things. Or I could go talk to Amanda Holiday in the tower, play through the older classic storylines, gain experience, and move the stories, and whichever happened first. Like if I unlocked Mercury through the story, or I gained 360,000 experience, Mercury would become unlocked for me. By holding down E, I can see that I have some milestones over here. So reliving the past is what I was just talking about, doing the old classic stories. Shadowkeep shows up here, again, because I own the Shadowkeep expansion. Vanguard, Gambit, and Crucible are kind of our one-off modes. The Crucible is PvP, and there are a number of different PvP modes, again, some of which may not be available to you based on your power level. So Rumble is a free-for-all single player where there's no level advantage. You've got the private matches that you can create on your own. Classic mix. This is kind of a back and forth between modes. Survival is a 3v3 fire team where your aim is a classic kind of death match. And we've got the freelance version out there. We have Control. This is capturing points, 6v6 team. Where is... There we go. Showdown. I love me some Showdown. So you're preventing revives. You win the most rounds to face off in an elimination showdown. Lots of fun. I actually really enjoy PvP in Destiny, but notice that only some of these are available right off the bat. On the Gambit side of things, this is kind of a mix between the PvE and PvP. The general example of this is you and your fire team of 4 are going to be thrown into an area where you've got to fend off AI monsters, and AI, Fallen or Cabal or whatever you may be fighting, or Taken, whatever you may be fighting. And the waves get progressively harder and harder, kind of like a horde mode type thing. But periodically throughout the match, one person from your team can run and jump into a portal, be warped to an opposing 4-man team's instance where you can kill them to slow their progress down. So it's a mix of both the PvE and PvP side of things. We're going to go to Vanguard because this is where, as you can see by the icon, that we have a quest for. We have a quest to run a Vanguard strike in the European Dead Zone. So we're going to go ahead and click that and launch and see. I would imagine there are a lot of people on right now, so it shouldn't take too long to get a group to go. And it hasn't quite lost connection yet, but it does not exactly seem stable right now. We have to continuously contact Destiny 2 servers over and over and over again. As you can see on this screen, that's our ship. So, again, it's a cosmetic thing. If you do decide to buy ships, whether it's with Bright Dust, Silver, whether you get them as a reward or whatever, you don't really do anything with the damn thing. It's on the loading screen, just like in the original Destiny, and we're going to see another loading screen now that it has found a group of 3. We're going to fly down to the planet together as it loads our instance, and we get to see our ships, and you can see the ships of your teammates. So it's kind of a bragging rights type deal. However, the land speeders, they do actually have a little bit of a stat difference. Really, the only difference is how fast they can go. And normally, it doesn't give you any real type of edge in PvE because you're waiting for your team anyway. And in PvP, you're never really using the damn things. So there's no edge there, even though one might be faster than another. It's just going to help you traverse the planet. When you can tell though, all 3 of us have the same ship, so it's unlikely that players have kept that ship as their main ship, which means I am with a group that is doing the New Light storyline too. Now, I'm not going to blow up that barrel yet. No, don't do that. Use the barrels to our advantage, people. Need to get further into the base. Upper left-hand corner, you can see our mini-map / radar. It does show red lines where you see enemies on our periphery. Oh, we got to touch that computer. That's right. It's been a while since I've run this one. And this is just a regular strike. Now, if we came back and did this on Nightfall, it would be much harder to do this. So I don't think we should have too much of a problem with this one. Nightfalls can also have certain modifiers on them, too. People come out of here real quick. Or maybe that's on Nightfall version. They can have additional modifiers on them, like doing more damage with a certain element, or every few minutes the element will cycle. And then raids would be the same thing we're doing here, except 6-person content instead of 3. Hey, what's up, pal? Yeah, we're not gonna have any problem doing this. So again, my opinion, I've liked Destiny 2. There was a period that I stopped playing it, just I think like a lot of people did when the game first released. Had a lot of fun leveling up and getting enhanced power. That sniper shot the shit out of me. And then kind of stopped when there wasn't really much to do at endgame level. We need the charge. You got it? Go ahead, pick that up. Pick that bad boy up.
Grab it and what's the plan here?
We gotta go down here and put it in the thing.
There's your plan.
Thanks, Cade.
I've heard worse.
No spoilers, but I love the man's voice. It's awesome. Performance-wise, the gunplay in Destiny 2, I love it. I think it's great. Overall, I really enjoy the game. I am glad of many, many improvements that they have made over time. No, it's just a double jump. Okay. Not a triple jump. So I was mistaken about that. Might have been confusing that with, like, the Warlocks kind of hover thing. And there is plenty to do for you new light players. I mean, there's just an incredible amount of content available to check out. Did they put the thing in there? Yeah, they did. All right. These guys, these are the Cabal. Got to take out their shield a little bit. Got our first mini boss there. There we go. Bye, Lieutenant. Sorry about that, buddy. For those of you that have been playing Destiny 2 for a while, obviously this first look doesn't do a ton for you because you're very familiar with everything we're doing here. We're not going to get into master crafting or anything like that. But if you'd like to see us do some different Destiny 2 content, let us know in the comments below. I am not opposed to doing some Destiny 2 specific videos for you.
Still haven't been able to track down Zahn.
Oh, haven't tracked down Zahn yet.
This guy's no ordinary space rhino. His weapons ain't half bad either.
Those weapons
Come
have
on.
snuffed out too many good people.
Well, let's go.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He'll still deserve whatever this fire team gives him. They always do.
They always do, Cade. You're absolutely right.
The ship is still here.
Zahn moved in after you put Thumos down.
Uh-oh.
Surprised he hasn't painted the place chartreuse to match his armor.
I'm sorry, painted it what now?
Whoop. Gotta stay out of the way of the Thresher there. Where is... I don't remember where the crit point is on a Thresher. It's been a while. I thought it was the... Apparently not. Thought it was the thrusters at the bottom. I'm sure somebody will comment on how I forgot where it was, and that's fine. I did. I forgot where it was. Sorry. All right. Moving right along. So now we're traverse deeper. Yeah. That is our quest. Now, for stuff like this, like, you can pull out your mount, and in fact, in Nightfalls, the more difficult versions, you probably will. There's a lot of things you can skip to make up time or to jump ahead and make things easier. Like this Nightfall in particular, I do remember mounting up, like jumping, you know, taking a shortcut over to these pipes to jump up here and then mounting up. What is my mount key? Whoops. On keyboard E. All right, we can do that. Apparently not. I don't have one. Helps if you have one, or maybe I'm just not allowed to in the new light version. But I definitely remember mounting up through this Nightfall. The strike, we're not going to have any problem with it. There's no time limit or anything like that.
Back into the ship we go. We're coming for you, Zahn.
He's got a lot to answer for.
And we're going to go over here to the right, and then a quick left, out into like a docking bay. And now we are in a restricted zone. So if you die, you're going to need your teammate to revive you.
Zahn. But that elevator's the only way forward. Forward and up.
We've got Fallen, we've got Cabal, we've got it all here. Haven't seen Taken yet, but that's all right. There's some Cabal. Get out of there. Nice try. Ugh. Get up there. That is not what I wanted to do, but we're going to use it now. Now, those I do remember. The weak point being right on the little yellow bar or orangish bar on the thrusters. All right, up here. That's the thing's up there, right?
Hey, Kate.
Pretty sure it is.
10 Glimmer says there's a tank on that elevator.
Please don't
Yep,
encourage
there it
him.
is. All right, got it. Apparently my teammates didn't know that that was there. Then you want to take the cheap way over. I remember doing this as a Nightfall so many frickin' times. We'd cheat and come this way. Take out some things up here. Interact with that. To bring the platform down.
There's another tank on the elevator.
Another tank. There was another tank on the elevator. Yes, there was. Let's take out some shields there so that we can actually kill these guys. And then take out the Goliath tank. There you go. There's your crit spot, baby. Gotcha. Gotcha. And I am just totally relying on my kinetic weapon. I haven't used shit else. Alright, my teammates can finish off that tank here. Feel like I've been here before and maybe they haven't. But, oh, whoa! Damn it! Gotta get back up there. Get up there. Alright, we made it back up there. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. I'm back. My guess is he didn't know that was coming. Kind of got wrecked by some hounds there. All right, almost done here. We got a breach hangar security, and then take an elevator up to the final boss of this particular strike. But you get a sense of what the game's about. You're going to be doing strikes. You're going to be doing missions on planets. You're going to be doing PvP. You're just going to be doing it all over and over and over again to get better loot, better power, bigger power. You're going to upgrade artifacts. You're going to work your way to 960. That is the current cap for power right now as of the Shadowfall, the expansion. Shadowkeep, sorry. The Shadowkeep expansion. However, even 960 isn't locked. I mean, you could do things with artifacts and craft and master crafting and stuff like that that even give you more and more power. So it's all about becoming the strongest guardian ever. Now you see the boss was up there. We initially, took a little bit of his power down, and then he kind of jumped back, and he's gonna jump all the way back. There's a wanted target. There's the boss right there. Brackus Zahn. There's a wanted target here. We don't have any bounties, unfortunately. So we won't get the, quest completion rewards for it or anything. But killing wanted targets for loot is always a good thing. tons of achievements, tons of, I mean, just collectibles. It's one of those games where, and what's funny is as soon as I turned it on Steam, because remember, this used to be Activision published, so you had to use Battle.net through Blizzard. Oh, well, you guys, just go ahead and stand all there. Thank you. You have to transfer your account from Battle.net to Steam if you want to play on Steam. It's really easy to do, and if you forget to do it before you boot up on Steam, there is a menu flag that shows up reminding you, hey, you need to do this before you, if you want to take your account from Blizz to Steam. It's really super, super easy to do, though. You can't screw it up. So don't worry about it. And I got stuck underneath the frickin' elevator. There we go. Anybody gonna hit it? Nope. Okay, I'll go hit this one, too. Oh, look. It's loot. Rare loot. A new kinetic weapon. What am I? I'm on a pulse rifle right now. Is this an assault rifle? Nah, shotgun. Alright, oh my god, seriously? You guys let me die? Ugh, all I was doing was looking at my damn new weapon. And now we head up to the final boss. Here he is. Brackazon. Pretty cool fight, actually. Jumps from, like, tower to tower, and you gotta take out waves. A lot of the bosses are like that, but there are some that have some pretty interesting and more unique mechanics.
This is it. We've got him cornered.
We've got him cornered. Not gonna use my super yet. I'm gonna save that for just a little bit. Actually, we're kind of kicking his ass, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use it now. Chuck a grenade in there. Man, he might not even make it to the pillars. Ah, he's made it to the first one. All right, so he jumped up onto the pillar, and now you'll see it'll be up there. He would have a shield on him, and he'd stay there for a little while until we, killed some waves and took out the shield. But he's so low on health that it is jumping phases, so you really not an accurate representation of what that fight would actually look like. Ba-bum! We did it! Paradox Amplifier, 500 clan, all kinds of loots. Got a legendary.
Thanks, boss. It's by the book.
I don't seem to be picking any of this up. There we go. Oh, that's why. A little server lag. I was like, I'm not picking up any loot. Red Moon Phantom Grip. So I got some new gloves. But, gang, that's Destiny in a nutshell. I mean, really, the only thing I didn't show you was PvP. Obviously, we could go a lot more in depth on both PvE, PvE, building, masterworks, gear, all that kind of stuff. But for the purposes of a first look, I'm going to call it here. If you want to check out the game, you can do so right now on Steam, downloading the new Light Edition, and then purchase any expansions you would like to separately. Until next time, gang, this is Magic Man saying stay safe, and we'll see you out on the servers.